History is full of remarkable women who have shaped the world in incredible ways. But what about those whose names are remembered not for their benevolence, but for their chilling deeds? From ruthless rulers to calculated killers, these women left a dark legacy that continues to haunt us. In this video, we delve into the lives of the top 10 infamous women in history, a journey through ambition, cruelty, and unrelenting power. Stay tuned as we uncover the shocking stories that reveal just how far some were willing to go to leave their mark on history. 1. Elizabeth Báthory, the Blood Countess. Elizabeth Báthory was born in 1560 in Nyírbátor, Hungary, into one of the most powerful and wealthy families in the region. From a young age, she exhibited intelligence and was well educated for her time, speaking several languages fluently. At the age of 15, she married Ferenc Nadasdy, a Hungarian nobleman, and the couple resided in Castle Székely, located in modern-day Slovakia. Despite her noble status, rumors of her disturbing behavior began to circulate, and her reign of terror would eventually earn her the title of the Blood Countess. Elizabeth is accused of committing heinous crimes between 1590 and 1610. Allegedly torturing and murdering hundreds of young girls who worked as her servants. It is said she believed bathing in their blood would preserve her youth and beauty. While some historians argue that the extent of her crimes may have been exaggerated, the accounts of brutality have cemented her as one of history's most infamous figures. Ultimately, she was arrested and confined to her castle, where she died in 1614, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in horror and mystery. 2. Wu Zetian, the only female emperor of China. Wu Zetian, born in 624 in Wenshui County, China, rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful and controversial rulers in Chinese history. Initially a concubine of Emperor Taizong of the Tang dynasty, she managed to gain the favor of his son, Emperor Gaozong, after Taizong's death. Through cunning political strategies and unwavering ambition, Wu Zetian gradually consolidated power, eventually declaring herself emperor in 690 and establishing the Zhou dynasty. Her reign, though marked by significant cultural and economic achievements, is overshadowed by the ruthless methods she employed to maintain her authority. Wu Zetian is infamous for eliminating political rivals, including members of her own family, through exile, execution, and even alleged poisoning. Her authoritarian rule inspired fear and resentment, but her legacy remains complex, as she also championed reforms that benefited China's economy and governance. Wu Zetian's life is a testament to the lengths one can go to achieve and hold on to power. 3. Irma Greece, the hyena of Auschwitz. Irma Greece was born in 1923 in Rechtin, Germany, into a strict and impoverished family. After dropping out of school at the age of 15, she joined the League of German Girls, the female wing of the Nazi Party's youth organization. By 1943, she had been assigned to work as a guard at the Auschwitz concentration camp, where her infamy would take root. Greece quickly rose through the ranks and later served at Ravensbrück and Bergen-Belsen camps. Known for her extreme cruelty, Greece tortured and brutalized prisoners, taking sadistic pleasure in their suffering. Accounts from survivors describe her as a figure of terror, wielding a whip and unleashing vicious dogs on inmates. Her crimes came to light after World War II, and she was tried for war crimes at the age of 22. Convicted and sentenced to death, Greece was executed in 1945, leaving behind a chilling legacy as one of history's most notorious war criminals. 4. Ranavalona I, the Mad Queen of Madagascar. Ranavalona I was born in 1778 in Madagascar and rose to power after the death of her husband, King Radama I, in 1828. Determined to maintain her grip on the throne, she implemented policies of extreme isolationism, banning European influences and purging Christianity from her kingdom. Her reign lasted 33 years, during which she solidified her rule through fear and violence. Ranavalona's legacy is marked by her brutal methods of governance. She enforced labor policies that amounted to slavery and conducted mass executions to eliminate perceived threats to her authority. It is estimated that her actions led to the deaths of nearly one-third of Madagascar's population. Despite the devastation she caused, Rana Vallona's reign is also remembered for maintaining Madagascar's independence during the time of increasing European colonial pressures. 5. Delphine Lori, the cruel socialite of New Orleans. Delphine Lori was born in 1787 in New Orleans, Louisiana, into a wealthy Creole family. A prominent socialite, she married 3 times and became known for her lavish parties and extravagant lifestyle. Her mansion on Royal Street was a symbol of opulence, but behind closed doors, it was the site of unspeakable horrors. In 1834, a fire at Lori's home revealed the gruesome truth. Enslaved people were found in a state of horrific abuse, chained, mutilated, and starved. The public was outraged by the discovery, and an angry mob destroyed her mansion. Lori fled to France, where she lived out the rest of her life. Her actions have made her one of the most infamous figures in American history, and her mansion remains a site of dark fascination to this day. 6. Katherine de Medici, the Black Queen. Katherine de Medici was born in 1519 in Florence, Italy, into the powerful Medici family. At the age of 14, she married Henry II of France, becoming queen consort. After her husband's death, Catherine acted as regent for her young sons, wielding significant influence over the French court during the turbulent period of religious conflict. Catherine's name is often associated with the Saint Bartholomew's Day massacre in 1572, where thousands of Huguenots, French Protestants, were slaughtered in Paris and throughout France. Her reputation as a manipulative and ruthless leader grew due to her involvement in political intrigues and alleged use of poison to eliminate rivals. While some view her as a pragmatic leader trying to maintain stability, others see her as a figure of calculated cruelty. 7. Myra Hindley, the Moor's murderer. Myra Hindley was born in 1942 in Manchester, England, and grew up in a working-class neighborhood. In the early 1960s, she met Ian Brady, and the two became inseparable. Together, they committed some of the most horrifying crimes in British history, luring and murdering 5 children between the ages of 10 and 17. Hindley and Brady's method of operation involved gaining the trust of their victims before subjecting them to unimaginable cruelty. The discovery of their crimes shocked the nation, and Hindley's image became synonymous with evil. She spent the rest of her life in prison, where she remained a controversial and reviled figure until her death in 2002. 8. Isabella of Castile, the Catholic monarch. Isabella of Castile was born in 1451 in Madrigal de las Altas Torres, Spain. She became Queen of Castile in 1474 and, through her marriage to Ferdinand II of Aragon, helped unify Spain. Her reign marked the beginning of Spain's rise as a global power, but it also carried a dark legacy. While celebrated for funding Christopher Columbus's voyages, Isabella's role in the Spanish Inquisition and the expulsion of Jews and Muslims from Spain in 1492 caused immense suffering. Her policies led to forced conversions, executions, and the loss of cultural diversity. Despite her contributions to Spain's history, her actions left a trail of human suffering that cannot be overlooked. 9. Bel Gunnis, the Black Widow of the Midwest. Bel Gunnis was born in 1859 in Selbu, Norway, and immigrated to the United States in the 1880s. Settling in Indiana, she ran a farm and placed personal ads in newspapers to attract potential suitors. However, those who responded to her ads often met a grim fate. Gunnis is believed to have killed over 40 people, including her husbands and children, to collect insurance money and other financial benefits. She buried her victims on her property, and her crimes came to light after a suspicious fire at her farm in 1908. Though she disappeared and her ultimate fate remains a mystery, her murderous deeds have made her a chilling figure in American history. 10. Griselda Blanco, the Black Widow of the drug trade. Griselda Blanco was born in 1943 in Cartagena, Colombia, and grew up in poverty. She turned to a life of crime at a young age and eventually became a major figure in the Medellin cartel during the height of the cocaine trade in the 1970s and 1980s. Blanco earned her nickname, the Black Widow, for her willingness to kill anyone who posed a threat, including her own lovers. She orchestrated hundreds of murders to maintain control over her empire and was known for her violent and unpredictable nature. Arrested in 1985, Blanco served time in prison before being released and ultimately assassinated in 2012. Her life of crime and brutality left a bloody mark on the drug trade and earned her infamy as one of the most dangerous women in history. These women's stories are a chilling testament to how power, ambition, and cruelty can intertwine, leaving a dark and lasting impact on history.